everybody, it's Miss Higby here, and I am here today to read you the next chapter in The Royal Rabbits of London, The Hunt for the Golden Carrot. And just before I start, I do just want to say again, thank you so much to everybody who has been sharing the videos and subscribing and commenting. It does really help to know that there are people out there watching it and it's not just me talking to myself. So thank you so much. I hope that you are sitting comfortably. It's another grey, wet day out there, but perfect weather to cuddle up and listen to a great story. So I hope you enjoy chapter 8. Suddenly, Shiloh was once again standing in front of Harlequin. The rabbit's eyes smouldered like molten copper and seemed to burn right through him. Harlequin put an arm around Shiloh and drew him away from his siblings and the rest of the throng. "What a special rabbit you are, Shiloh," said Harlequin in his silky voice. And he looked at the little bumpkin with such fondness that Shiloh felt a tiny quiver in his heart, at the very core where he felt most unsure. "When you become a magic rabbit, I'll call you Shy. It suits you, I think. But besides being a little shy, I see you're also wise and uncommonly intelligent." Harlequin continued, lowering his voice so no one else could hear what he was saying. "You're small and weak and uncertain, but I see the real you. The bright and brave rabbit who is full of love, yeah. I can see right into your soul, and I can see love there. It burns like a light." Shiloh's mouth fell open. Could this rabbit truly see into his soul? Perhaps he really was magic. Maybe he could see into the heart of every rabbit, and that was why they wanted to follow him. Harlequin lifted Shiloh's paw and ran a surprisingly sharp claw over the red badge. "Interesting," he muttered. There was a strange look on his face, a greedy, menacing look that Shiloh didn't like. He snatched his paw away, but Harlequin smiled knowingly and chuckled. Was it possible he knew what the badge meant? "You're special, Shiloh," Harlequin continued. "You're not like the others. They're not clever like you. When the golden carrot is found, I will restore the great rabbit empire. I'll be king, and you will be my special advisor. I think you'll be a great help in getting me to the very heart of power." Shiloh saw a glint of evil in his eyes and stiffened. "Harlequin, where did you find that map?" A shadow of annoyance darkened the other rabbit's face. "Do you doubt that it's real?" "No, of course not," Shiloh stammered, not liking the cold look in Harlequin's amber eyes, which only a moment ago had glowed with warmth. "I was running away from a security guard in the museum when I accidentally knocked over a piece of wall, supposedly from King Arthur's castle at Camelot. When it hit the floor, it shattered to pieces. The map was hidden inside." Shiloh gasped, his ears stiffened. "The map was hidden in a piece of King Arthur's wall at Camelot?" "I knew immediately that it was the real thing, that it would lead me to the golden carrot." He grinned, the gaps in his line of teeth appearing dark and threatening. Harlequin turned away abruptly to listen to Peasy, who had lifted his ear and was now whispering into it. Shiloh noticed how quickly he had turned from affectionate to indifferent, and realised how very cunning he was. The little rabbit understood now why rabbits flocked to Harlequin. Like a loving father, he offered them a sense of belonging. But it was all nonsense. He didn't love any of them. He just pretended he did. Shiloh wondered whether his time with the royal rabbits had given him a certain wisdom to see through characters like Harlequin. But Shiloh already had a sense of belonging, didn't he? He was a royal rabbit. He had a group of friends and comrades he knew would stand by him no matter what. If he didn't have that, would he be seduced by Harlequin like those other rabbits? He didn't think so, and he didn't think the royal rabbits would fall for Harlequin's fake charm either. They were too intelligent, noble and wise. He wondered why Maximilian and Elvira couldn't see Harlequin for what he was. But then, Shiloh had always been the sharpest of the litter. Maximilian and Elvira rushed over to him. "Isn't he wonderful?" gushed Elvira. "Did he say anything to you about the golden rabbits?" Maximilian asked anxiously. For the first time, Shiloh saw doubt in his brother's eyes. "No," Shiloh replied. "He didn't." "Good," said Maximilian with relief. "I wouldn't want you to become one before me." And there's a picture there of Harlequin speaking to Shiloh and Peasy, the weasel, whispering in Harlequin's ear. "Oh, I wouldn't want to become one before you either," said Shiloh. Maximilian grinned, pleased. "I don't want to become a royal rabbit at all." Maximilian frowned in surprise. "Don't you see what's happening here?" Shiloh said. "Don't you care about your family, your home, your warren?" "This is my home now," his brother retorted crossly. "But they don't love you here. Harlequin just says he does. He doesn't really think you're special. He doesn't think any of these rabbits are special. He calls you all his magic rabbits, so you think you're special. He's going to use you like slaves to dig up the farm in search of the golden carrot, so that he can become the most powerful rabbit in the world." Maximilian glared at him. "You don't know what you're talking about," snapped Elvira. "Maximilian and I know more about Harlequin than you do." "Why don't you go back to that beetroot farm and you can dye your other paw red?" Maximilian laughed. "Because you're my brother." Shiloh turned to Elvira and one ear flopped over his eye patch. "And you're my sister. And although I don't like you very much right now, I do love you. You're family. We're family. All of us." "Oh, be quiet," sneered Maximilian. "Go and give a speech to someone who wants to listen. Oh, wait, there isn't anyone who cares what you think." And he laughed again. Shiloh's bottom lip wobbled, and it took a great effort to steady it. Not because he was scared or frightened, not because he wasn't brave, but because he was hurt. He hoped Maximilian might have missed him during the months he'd been away. He'd hoped he'd changed, but he hadn't. He was still just as mean as he'd always been. "Look," Maximilian continued, "the golden carrot is here and I'm going to find it." Shiloh knew from his conversation with Harlequin that there was a very strong chance that the golden carrot was indeed buried here. He realised he had to stop Harlequin from finding the carrot and taking over the world and save Maximilian and Elvira from themselves, even though they probably wouldn't thank him for it. Harlequin's followers were now in their thousands and all camping in the forest, their forest, and dancing round campfires and singing strange songs. They didn't even seem to worry about predators or Farmer Ploughman and his shotgun or his pack of salivating dogs. Perhaps Harlequin was magic after all. As for the golden carrot, that was indeed a concern. If it really was buried here on the farm and Harlequin found it, he would not use its magic to do good. Of that Shiloh was certain. No, Harlequin would use its magic to give him power, and who knew what kind of malice he would do with it? He recalled Harlequin's chant with growing unease. Farm, country, world. Wasn't it his duty, as a royal rabbit of London, to fight evil wherever he found it? He needed to get a message to the Grand Burrow at once. And there was only one way to do that. He had to go to the Fox and Fox. Shiloh shivered. Was he brave enough to go back on his own? He lifted his chin and pulled back his shoulders. "I'm a royal rabbit," he reminded himself. "I have to do this, so I will. Life is an adventure. Anything in the world is possible by will and by luck, with a moist carrot, a wet nose, and a slice of mad courage. He would set off for the Fox and Fox first thing tomorrow. And that's the end of chapter 8. So it sounds like Shiloh is hoping to get the rest of the royal rabbits involved so they can stop Harlequin. Maybe the royal rabbits will try to find the golden carrot before Harlequin and his followers. You'll have to come back tomorrow to hear chapter 9. I hope that you're all enjoying the story so far. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye.